Hi everyone, welcome to Anchor Reviews, and today I'm going to give my thoughts on the Underworld movies in less than 4 minutes. So basically, here's the rules. I'm going to give my basic thoughts on pros and cons and review on each movie in 1 minute time. So without further ado, let's go. So the first Underworld movie with Kate Beckinsale, directed by Len Wiseman from 2003, is definitely the best in the series. Yeah, it's the lengthiest, but I do think that this one was really good. I mean, it was very stylized. I like how gothic looking it was, how dark everything looked. But I also liked the mythology behind it. Like, there was a lot of, thick plot and different stories and revelations that were going out throughout. Now, some of the things that bothered me about this movie is that why are the werewolves called Lycans, but the vampires are called vampires? Wouldn't it make more sense to call the vampires Nosferatu? But that's just my thing. So overall, a solid good movie, so I give Underworld about 3 stars out of 4. So then we get to Underworld Evolution. Now, Underworld Evolution was a decent follow-up. It had really good practical effects, like the first one did, but I also liked the good werewolf and vampire action. I thought it was kind of cool how you can, again, it was in the first movie, but I like how the vampires can go through, different types of memories just by drinking blood. But also, I didn't like the way how certain vampires and werewolf characters died. I'm just more of an old school kind of person that way. Now, another thing that kind of bothered me was the fact that, okay, seriously, you've got an R-rated movie, but your sex scenes are kind of PG-13. So overall, a decent follow-up, a slight step down, but decent. So overall, I give Underworld Evolution about 2.5 stars out of 4. So then Underworld Rise of the Lycans, in my opinion, is the most pointless Underworld movie. I mean, this is an origin story and kind of a flashback story. We saw it a little bit in the first one, but in my opinion, this movie would have been a lot better if it was maybe a half hour or so, but they definitely dragged it out an hour longer than it needed to be. Again, really good practical effects and medieval action, and of course it's, rated R like the other Underworld movies are, but regardless, I just consider this one to be kind of pointless and kind of a waste of time. So overall, I give Underworld Rise of the Lycans about 2 stars out of 4. So we finally get to Underworld Awakening. Now honestly, this is easily the worst Underworld movie I have seen. It's just way too short. It's like an hour and 20 something minutes. This movie was a lot like Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, where most of the money was spent on the special effects, and most of the scenes are just very cheap to shoot in locations. Most of the scenes of this movie take place in a building, a cave, and the climax takes place in a parking garage. And it's a kind of a rehash of stuff we've seen before, like a big werewolf, then we see a vampire and Lycan hybrid, and there's some really silly stuff in this movie that I just won't really get into. Now, the one thing I really liked about this movie was the addition of the character Eve, played by the beautiful and talented India Isley. I mean, it's not the actor's fault whatsoever, well, except for Theo James, he's just a bad actor, but anyway, I give Underworld Awakening about 1.5 stars out of 4. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.